All right, what's going on, guys? Today I'm breaking down Bucks' new head coach, Adrian Griffin. Coach Griffin appears to be an absolute steal for the Bucks organization. There were some question marks when Adrian Griffin was hired. He's not the most well-known name amongst NBA fans, though he is very highly touted in the tight-knit NBA community. So coaching changes were due when Coach Budenholzer couldn't repeat the regular season success with his postseason success. Though he did have a championship in 2021, the 2 years after repeated disappointing early round exits. So in the contention for this job, it came down to Adrian Griffin and Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson might be the more familiar face as he has been the assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors for the previous 2 years. And he also had a stint with the Brooklyn Nets as their head coach. However, John Horst, the Bucks general manager, ended up going with Adrian Griffin. So he became sold on Adrian Griffin's leadership presence, character, and his ability to oversee high-level defensive teams. Giannis was also said to play a large part in the hiring of Coach Adrian Griffin. Him and Adrian Griffin already have a great relationship, as well as Chris Middleton was also part of this decision-making process. So Coach Griffin, he comes with a multitude of NBA experience. He played in the NBA for 9 years. He played for Boston, Dallas, Houston, Chicago, and Seattle. He averaged just around 4 points and 3 rebounds for his career stats. Though his offensive stats don't really jump out to you, he was known for more on the defensive side of the ball. So Coach Griffin, he actually ended his playing career in Milwaukee, and that's actually where his coaching career began. His coaching career began under Coach Scott Skiles. In Griffin's 15 seasons as an assistant coach in the NBA, he was part of teams that made the playoffs 11 times with 2 conference finals appearances, in addition, of course, to winning the title with the Toronto Raptors in 2019, who he was said to play a big role in winning that championship. So not only does Adrian Griffin have history with the NBA, but he also has 3 kids right now that are playing basketball at a high level. His first son, Alan, who's playing professionally up in Canada. He has a daughter who's playing for UConn right now for Coach Gino. And probably his most well-known son, AJ Griffin, who's actually in the league right now. AJ Griffin is starting his second year for Atlanta. He's averaging right around 9 points per game. On top of this all, Coach Griffin holds a PhD in organizational leadership. So now kind of switching from the history to getting into the coaching side of things and kind of what's going to make Coach Griffin that perfect piece for Milwaukee. So to start out, Adrian Griffin, he is a complete players coach. He's known for having great relationships with players all across the league. Griffin even says that in his coaching philosophy, one of the biggest aspects is putting relationships with players first. Furthermore, with being a players coach, he instills confidence in his players and lets his players have freedom to be themselves and succeed. As far as specific X's and O's go, Griffin has really been highly touted since 2012. He has been talked highly of in NBA circles since then. Griffin, he's known for prioritizing defense, much like when he played. This is going to fit right in with Milwaukee's culture. He is more of a defensive first coach. This is not to say his offensive acumen is inept, actually far from that. He is known to be very active and dynamic in his offensive schemes. Back in Toronto, Nurse was known to be a little bit immobile with his offense. His offense lacked cuts, pick and rolls, kind of settling for more isolated one-on-ones, post-ups, things like that. So in the games Griffin was head coach for, which is a small sample size, there was a noticeable difference that Toronto had in running different dynamic schemes such as pick and rolls, cuts, and things of that nature when Griffin was head coach. And I think Griffin's proven activeness on offense will also boost Milwaukee, who sometimes struggled a little bit offensively last year and the years before, because the Bucks, although very talented, were just limited offensively. There's no doubt that there's high expectations on Adrian Griffin for this season. It's really coming down to championship or bust for the Milwaukee Bucks. However, this Milwaukee team is an already made championship contender with proven chemistry and talent. Griffin, he also comes in with a little bit of an underdog mentality, being that he's been interviewing for head coaching jobs all the way back since 2014. Griffin has been preparing for this moment for years, and I think it is the perfect fit for Milwaukee this year. All right, guys, so thank you if you're still around. This year, we're going to be creating Milwaukee Bucks content throughout the whole season. So make sure you subscribe. You aren't going to miss what we have coming. We'll see you in the next one.